Hello everyone, welcome to Sankalp Learning Classes. Let's solve the question number 21 from the Heredity chapter. Is cross-pollination possible in flowers with only stamens? Justify your answer. Yes, so the cross-pollination means transfer of the pollen grain from one flower to the another flower of the different plant ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಇಂದ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗೋದು ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್. So here the cross pollination is possible in flowers with only stamens. So only stamens are there, not stigma styles are present, only stamens. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ stamens ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ so here only male reproductive part. So stamens only. So ಈಗ stamens ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದೆ. So stamens ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದೆ, stigma and style ಇಲ್ಲ and ovary, that is the female reproductive structure. So what is your answer? So here the flowers with only stamens cannot be pollinated because they do not have the pistils. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ is cross pollination. Illi self pollination is not possible. So cross pollination is possible. Okay. So answer enagbeku andre here the cross pollination is possible, but the self pollination is not possible because only stamens are there, not stigma and style, and the ovary, female reproductive system is absent. So self pollination is not possible, cross pollination is possible. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 22. In sexual reproduction, copies of offspring that are completely identical to the parent organism cannot be produced. Justify. So in the sexual reproduction means where the two gametes from the male and females, so they fuse and form the new organism alva. So male in the ಒಂದು gamete ಮತ್ತೆ female in the ಒಂದು gamete ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಕಾಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಫ್ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಟು ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್. ಸೊ asexual reproduction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ asexual reproduction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಸೊ the parent that produces the offspring which is exactly identical copy of the parent. So this is not possible in the sexual reproduction. What is the reason? So how you justified the answer? Changes in the asexual tissues are not transferred to the DNA of the gametes. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ sexual reproduction ಅಲ್ಲಿ so the gametes are transferred to the offspring from two different parents. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ male gametes and the female gametes. So they are not identical. So in case of sexual reproduction, so they are not identical to the parents. They are not identical to parents, not. But in case of asexual reproduction, they are identical to the parents. Okay, so this is the answer. In case of the sexual reproduction, two gametes are fused from the two different parents and form the new organism. So the offsprings are not similar to the parent one. But in case of asexual reproduction, so the only single parent is involved. Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 23. What is a gene? So gene, so that is a hereditary material. So that is nothing but the a unit of DNA that provides the information required for the production of proteins is called as gene. So the functional unit of the DNA. So you know that around 2.2 meter of DNA that is present in the cell, right? So this 2.2 meter of DNA that is not able to code for a gene, code for a protein. So particular segment, so ಈಗ ಒಂದು DNA ಅಲ್ಲಿ particular segment, so ಈ segment ನೋಡಿ, ಈ segment, so that codes for some protein, ಕೆಲವು ಇದೊಂದು protein ಅನ್ನ production ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ code ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So this segment is called as a gene. Okay, so that is a segment of DNA that has the information for the production of the protein is called as gene. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 24. Explain the meaning of heredity. What is heredity? How do you define heredity? The transfer of characteristics of the organism from one generation to the another is called as heredity. So from the parent to the offspring, the transfer of the characters from the parents to the offspring. So it may be a hair color, eye color, skin color. So that is called as the heredity. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 25. How is the sex of the male child determined in humans? So sex of the baby that is determined by mainly father, right? So if the gametes that receives a Y chromosome from the father, then the gamete will be a boy. So here the egg from the female gamete, egg, ovum, that always carries the X chromosome. So Y chromosome that is present in the sperm, either X or Y that is present in the sperm. So there is a 50% chance of the fusion of the Y with the egg and X with the this egg. So if the Y gamete fuses with the X of gamete of the egg, then the resulting baby will be male. So the XY is the that represents the male baby and XX that is the female. Okay. So this is how the sex that is determined in human beings. Thank you. Hello everyone. So let's solve question number 26, that is 2 mark question. Okay. So here the first question is, what is monohybrid cross? What is the phenotypic ratio of the plants obtained in the F2 generation experiment? So what is monohybrid cross? So monohybrid cross andre enu? So illi the cross breeding of the parent showing the different traits for one character is called as monohybrid cross or monobreeding. So illi height of the plant, for example, height of the plant is considered that is tall and dwarf, right? So here only one trait is considered in a crossbreeding where the parent showing the different traits for one character, that is height of the plant. So it's called as monohybrid cross. For example, height or color of the seed. So only one character is considered for the crossing, that is the monohybrid cross, right? Then what is the ratio of the plants that is obtained in the F2 generation? So what is the ratio. So in the F2 generation, so in a monohybrid cross, the phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1. So if you take the height of the plant as an example, tall and dwarf are crossed, then the ratio in the F2 generation is 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf plant, 1 short plant. Okay, so that is the ratio of the phenotypic ratio of the plants. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 27. What is dihybrid cross? What is the ratio of the plants obtained in the F2 generation of Mendel's dihybrid experiment? So dihybrid means here two, in a cross breeding, the parent showing the two different traits for a showing the two different traits for a character, that is called as the dihybrid cross. So here the two characters, two traits of the parents are crossed. For example, seed color, that is round, seed shape, that is round, and the seed color, so that is considered. And here wrinkle seeds and green seeds, wrinkle and the green seeds, round and yellow seeds. So here two characters are considered for a cross breeding. So in monohybrid only height of the plant, that is tall and dwarf, is considered, no, but here round yellow two characters and wrinkled green, so these two characters are used in a cross breeding, that is a dihybrid cross. So here the ratio of the plants, phenotypic ratio, the phenotypic ratio. So normally they will ask the phenotypic ratio of the dihybrid cross in the F2 generation is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So ee ಒಂದು ratio ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay. So this is the answer. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 28. According to Mendel, what are dominant and the recessive traits? So dominant trait andre enu, recessive or weak trait andre enu alva? So here dominant and it should be recessive trait. So dominant trait means if one of the two copies of a trait shows more of the visible trait in the offspring, it is a dominant trait. So for example, tall and dwarf ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೀಚ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಟಿ ಟಿ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಟಿ ಟಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಈ ಟಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್. The expressed trait, that is the dominant. So in a heterozygous condition, so one is expressed, one allele is expressed and another is suppressed. The expressed one, so that is the visible trait in the offspring, that is called as the dominant trait. And the weak trait or the recessive trait, if one of the two copies of a trait shows a less of the visible trait in the offspring, it is a weak trait. So here in a heterozygous condition, for example, TT. So here T is expressed but small t is suppressed, right? So this one is called as the which one, which is suppressed by the dominant gene and it is not able to express its character. So that is the recessive trait. Okay. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 29. A tall pea plant with red flowers, the genotype is given, that is TTRR, is crossed with a short pea plant with white flowers, that is small t, small r, small r. From this, State the types of plants obtained in the F1 generation. When the plants obtained in the F1 generation are crossed, to write the ratio of the plants obtained in the F2 generation and name the types of the plants. See, so ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ parental generation ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So the parental generation I'll write. So that is capital T, capital T, capital R, capital R. So that is crossed with small t, small t, small r, small r. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ T R gametes production ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ small t, small r gametes ಅಲ್ವಾ. So when these gametes fuse, so capital T, so F1 generation ನೋಡಿ, small t, capital R, small r. Means here capital T, capital R is there. So the plants obtained in the F1 generation are, state the types of plants obtained in the F1 generation, that is tall and red flower, tall and red flower producing plant, tall and red color producing plant. Okay, so when the plants obtained in the F1 generation are crossed, so here TRR crossed with capital T, small t, capital R, small r. Okay, so these plants were self-pollinated. So write the ratio of the plants obtained in the F2 generation and name the types of plants. So just you have to remember the ratio. When you cross this in the F2 generation, the ratio of the plant is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Okay, so 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Here 9 plants are red tall or tall red, and 3 plants are red and the red flower producing and short plants. Okay, and 3 plants are, so here white color producing tall plants, and 1 plant that is white color flower with dwarf plant. Okay, so this is the types of the plants that is obtained in the F2 generation. So here no need to cross the so no need to draw the checkerboard, just you have to write the ratio and write the types of plants. So like this, types of plants: red tall 9, and red short 3, and white tall 3, white short 1. Okay, so these are the types of plants obtained in the F2 generation. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 30. Explain that the differences due to sexual reproduction are more efficient than the differences due to asexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, organisms with 2 different characteristics mate. So this is the reason for more differences in the generation. So sexual reproduction alli enagatte andre, so ಒಂದು gamete enagatte, male in the one gamete, and the female also generate one gamete, and the fusion of the male and female gametes takes place. Right, so from the 2 different organisms. So new organism ಹೇಗೆ produce ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? From the fusion of the gametes of the male and female. So this is the reason for the difference. ಎರಡು gametes fuse ಆಗಿ new organism production ಆಗತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? So that is the reason for the why the sexual reproduction generate the more differences. But during the production of sex cells, the DNA molecules recombine to produce the favorable traits. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು DNA molecules ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡು parent ಇಂದ combine ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So that is why it produces the more differences compared to the asexual reproduction. So then the differences due to the asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction, So that may be due to a mutation, or it may be due to an environmental factor. So asexual reproduction ಅಲ್ಲಿ exact copy ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು parent ಅಂದ್ರೆ parent exact genetic combination offspring ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Because if there is a change in the offspring, that may be because of the mutation, or that may be because of some environmental factors. So this sexual reproduction, the changes that occur in the sexual reproduction is more efficient than the asexual reproduction. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 31. Write the differences between male sex chromosome and the female sex chromosome. So you know that male sex chromosomes are XY chromosome and female XX chromosome, right? So what are the difference between the male sex chromosome and the female sex chromosomes? So here there are pair of mismatched sex chromosomes. In case of male, so there are pair of mismatched, so XY, right? So that is the mismatched chromosome. But in case of female sex chromosomes, so there is a complete pair of chromosomes that is not mismatched. So that is similar type of the chromosomes will be there, that is XX. There is a normal size X chromosome and the smaller size Y chromosome. There are XX chromosomes are equal size. Nodi, male alli we can see the mismatched pair, that is XY. In female we can see the similar X chromosomes, same X chromosomes, XX irutte. So here X is normal size, but the Y chromosome is small compared to the X chromosome. Here the both the size are similar. So that is the difference between the male sex chromosome and the female sex chromosome. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let's solve question number 32. Answer the given questions by observing the table below. Here gametes are given here and the new offsprings. So B means black colored dog, white color, small b means white colored dog. So here B, capital B, capital B, capital B, small b, capital B, small b, and small b that we can observe. So here capital B means that is the black color. Capital B, capital small b means that is the heterozygous black. Small b means that is white color dog. Okay. So here, what is the number of pure white dogs and the pure black color dogs in the expressed ratio? So here, pure means, so that is the homozygous condition. So similar ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಇದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? So pure black dog and the pure white dog, that is 1:1. So the ratio is 1:1. Name the types of dogs found in the gene pattern. So gene pattern ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರ genotype ಅನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಡಾಗ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ? So BB, that is the pure black ಅಲ್ವಾ? So capital B, small b means that is heterozygous black. Heterozygous black. Okay, black, but that is at the heterozygous condition. So small b means here, small b means that is the pure white color dog. So here the ratio is 1:2:1 alva. So pure black color, mixed black color, then the white color. So the ratio is This pure black dog, mixed black dog and pure white dog. So this is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Sorry, 1 is to 2 is to 1 should be the ratio. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let's solve question number 33. So that is a 3-mark question. Okay. A pure short pea plant, that is small t is crossed with a pure tall pea plant, that is capital T. Express the result obtained in the F2 generation of monohybrid crossing on a checkerboard and state the ratio of the types of the plants. Okay. So let us do the let us solve this question. So here the parental generation, that is short plant and the tall plant, tall crossed with the short, right? Then tall means capital T, that is the genotype is capital T crossed with small t. So the gametes produced, what are the gametes produced by this? Here capital T and here small t. So when these gametes are fused, the F1 generation plants are obtained. F1 generation, that is capital T. So this is the first step. Okay. Then when F1 generation are crossed, F2 generation is obtained. F2 generation, that is capital T small t, capital T small t. So that is self-pollinated. Then use the checkerboard. So use the checkerboard to obtain the F2 generation. So here gametes you should write. That is capital T small t, and here also capital T and small t. Okay. Then write the gametes, combine this capital T, then capital T small t. So here also capital T small t and the last one small t small t. I'll write here. So state the type of ratio of the plants and the types of the plants. So here capital T, one plant is there. So that is tall plant. And capital T small t, two plants are there. So that is also tall plant. And small t, one plant is there. That is the short plant. So totally, when you consider the tall and short plant, the ratio is 3 is to 1. When you consider this genotype, the ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. This is the genotypic ratio. This is the phenotypic ratio. Okay. Yes. So this is about the monohybrid cross. So here see the pictures. Tall plant and the dwarf plants are crossed. Capital T, small t. So here F1 generation, all plants are tall, but they have capital T, small t. Okay. Then when the F2 generation is obtained, so this is the gametes of the F2 generation, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So ಇದನ್ನ combine ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ದಾಗ ನೋಡಿ. So these are the plants obtained. So phenotypic ratio 3 is to 1, genotypic ratio 1 is to 2 is to 1. Okay. So that is the ratio. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let's solve question number 34. Plants producing round yellow seeds, that is R, small r, capital Y, small y, are self-pollinated. Express the result obtained in the F2 generation of dihybrid crossing with the help of a checkerboard and state the types of plants obtained in the F2 generation. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ F1 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಪ್ಟೇನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ F1 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. So they are self-pollinate. They undergo the self-pollination and they produce the gametes. So these gametes, so they undergo the fusion and form the F2 generation plants. So ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ gametes ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. See here, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. So ಇದು F1 plants. Okay, so this is the F1 plants. So already given. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ already ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So crossed. Gametes produced ನೋಡಿ. So RY, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅನದರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮೆನಿ 4 types ಆಫ್ ದ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ವೆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್, ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ capital only, R R Y Y capital. So here only one small y is there because of this gamete. So when this gamete fuses with this capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, capital Y. So here capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. So these all are having capital R and the capital Y. So in their genotype, so all are yellow only. See that, then you consider the second gamete. So capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y, right? So here small y is there. Then this gamete, capital R, small y, small y. Then the third gamete, capital R, capital Y, small y. And the last one, capital R, small y, small y. See, here also only capital R is there, not the capital Y. So round but green color, right? Round but green color. So here also round R is there, but remaining Y is small. So green color. Then the third gamete, that is small r, capital Y. So here capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Then next one, capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Then small r, capital Y, capital Y. So here capital R is not there. So wrinkled seed, wrinkled yellow seed. So here also wrinkled yellow seeds are produced. Then the last gamete, small r with the RY, right? So here, sorry, small r Y with the, so these 4 gametes. So here also you can see the capital R and capital Y is there. So that is the round yellow. Only capital R is there means round. Remaining all are small means wrinkled. So here Y is capitals, remaining all are small. So wrinkled yellow, and the last one, that is wrinkled green. So if you see the ratio, so here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 are round yellow, and 1, 2, 3 are round green, and 1, 2, these 3 are wrinkled yellow, and the last one wrinkled green. So this is the ratio, that is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Okay. So this is about the dihybrid cross and the plants obtained in the F2 generation. Thank you. Yes, this is the checkerboard. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 35. Mendel crossed the plants with red flowers, that is capital T, small r, with the plants with the white flowers, small r, and produced the offspring from them. The plants with red flowers obtained in the F1 generation were different from the plants with the red flowers of the parental generation. Explain the reasons. See here, the Mendel crossed the capital R, tall red color flowering plant and the small t, that is dwarf white color producing plant. So here the gametes produced are capital R, small r. So these are the gametes. So the plants obtained in the F1 generation are capital T, capital R, small r. So these are tall red plant only, red color producing plant only, but how they are different? So these are different from the parental red color producing plant. How? So you can explain the reason easily. In the parental plants, the trait for red flowering is dominant and the trait for white flowering is weak. So the sex genes of the parent organism have only one copy of these traits. So the plant in the next generation has one copy of R and the one copy of small r. And all the F1 generation produce the red flowers. So then one more character, that is T from the one gamete and the small t from the another gametes. So these gene patterns are different. So normally in the parental generation, we can see the all the homozygous condition, both for both the traits, homozygous condition. But in the offspring, you can see the heterozygous condition for both the traits. Okay. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let's solve question number 36. Mendel crossed the plants with red flowers with the plants with the white flowers RR. So RR plants are crossed with small r and produce the offspring from them. So the gametes here is R and R. The gamete is capital R, small r. So that is the red color flowering plant. The plants with the red flowers obtained in the F1 generation, this is the F1 generation, were different from the plants with the red flowers of the parental generation. So this is different from this red color producing plant. Explain with the reasons. So here during the gamete formation, so it receives one capital R from the one gamete and the small r from the another gamete. So when they fuse the gametes, the offspring contain both capital R and the small r. That is the heterozygous condition. But the capital R and the capital R, that is the homozygous condition. So the offspring that is at the heterozygous and the parent that is the homozygous condition. Okay. So here, because in the F1 generation, the red flower gene R is combined with the white flower gene, the red flower gene dominant and the expressed. So that is the reason. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 37. Explain the chromosomes inherited from the father determine the sex of the child. So here the sex of the child that is determined by the father, not by the mother. So in humans, females have two X chromosomes, that is XX, and the males have X and Y chromosomes. So during the meiosis, the chromosomes are half and the female produces the X and the male produces the X or Y in the gametes. Means the male contain X or Y in their sperm, females produces X. So if the females X is combines with the male's X, then the child will be girl. So if the X from the female gamete fuses with the X from the male gamete, the offspring will be girl, and the X chromosome from the female combines with the Y from the male, the resulting child will be boy. Okay, so that is the answer. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 38. How do Mendel's experiments show that the traits can be dominant or the recessive? So the Mendel's experiment, ನೀವು Mendel's experiment ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಈಗ ಟಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡ್ವಾರ್ಫ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಟಾಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಅನದರ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ದ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಟಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಡಾಫ್ ಪೀ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಟಾಲ್ ಟಿ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಹಾಗೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಿ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ he sowed the seeds obtained from them and called the resulting plants as the first generation, that is the F1 generation. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ F1 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗ್ರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಟಾಲ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಡ್ವಾರ್ಫ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟಾಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ, ಸೊ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಟಾಲ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಮೇಡ್ ಶೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ಟಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ were self-pollinating when the resulting seeds were sown. He called the resulting generation the second generation, that is the F2 generation ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬಟ್ the dwarfism, the dwarf plant that is expressed in the F2 generation. ಸೊ F2 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಡ್ವಾರ್ಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಹಿ ನೋಟಿಸ್ಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ F1 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ವಾರ್ಫ್ ಜೀನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಸೊ ದ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ಸ್ experiments proved that the dominant gene and the recessive gene, so that is present in this experiment. So not all of these plants were tall as the first generation. Instead, about the quarter of them were dwarf. ನೋಡಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗೆ, ಸೊ F2 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಟಾಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಒನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಡ್ವಾರ್ಫ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ಟಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ obtained in the first generation were not pure tall plants. ಸೊ F1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ obtain ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ, they are not pure tall plants. They have the both the traits for, that is tall and the dwarf. The reason they were all tall was because of the trait was strong. So F1 generation ಯಾಕೆ tall plants ಆಯ್ತು, because the capital T trait was strong. So that is the dominant over the another one, that is the recessive one. Thank you. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 39. A pea plant with a dominant trait that produces the round seeds is crossed with the pea plant with the recessive trait that produces the wrinkled seeds. Draw a checkerboard so showing the results of F2 generation and write the gene pattern ratio. So here a pea plant with the dominant trait that produces the round seeds, that is capital R, I'll take, okay, round seed, and that is crossed with the wrinkled seed, that is called as small r. So here the gametes produced are capital R, small r, hence in the F1 generation capital R, small r means all are round seed producing plants. So when these F1 plants are crossed, see here F1 plants that is produced by capital R crossed with the capital R. So here the F2 generation that I will show using the checkerboard. Okay, so see here checkerboard ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಇದೇನಾಗಿದೆ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ capital R small r and the small r. So these are the plants obtained in the F2 generation. So illi capital R irodu that is the red one plant and the gene pattern ratio alva. So capital R small r estide two plants that is also red color and the small r that is the one plant. The ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Okay. So the ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1 in this experiment. Yes, this is the checkerboard. So round seed producing plant, capital R, capital small r, here also capital R, small r and the R, wrinkled seed producing plant. So this is the answer. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let's solve question number 40. When Mendel crossed the tall plants with the round seeds, TTRR with the short plants that is producing the flat seeds. So recessive trait, express the types of plants obtained in the F2 generation with the help of checkerboard. Okay. So here F1 generation plants. So F1 generation plants obtain agate. So the first step is parental type, right? So parental type enide. So that is capital T, capital R that is crossed with small t, small r. So that is tall round seed producing plant and this is dwarf wrinkle seed producing plant alva. So here gametes, yav gametes production ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ capital T ಮತ್ತೆ capital R gamete, ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ capital T small r gamete. So when they fuse, they form the F1 generation. F1 generation plants are having capital R, small r, capital T, capital T, capital T, capital R, small r means tall round seed producing plants. Okay. So when these plants are crossed, F1 plants are self pollinated, that is capital T, small r, capital R, capital T, capital R, small r. So idanna cross ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ capital T, capital R, small r ಅನ್ನ cross ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ the gametes produced are this. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ 4 ಟೈಪ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್, ಸೊ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಚಕ್ಕರ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ, F2 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಕಂಬೈನಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ first gamete with the first one, then second one, then add the third one, then the fourth one, add here. So like that we have to obtain the gametes, plants of the F2 generation. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ F2 generation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ type plants formation ಆಯ್ತು? capital T, capital R ಇದೆ genotype ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is the round tall plant producing seed. Okay. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ tall round ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 9. Tall wrinkled, tall capital T is there but small r is there, means tall wrinkled 3, dwarf round. Dwarf round means only small t is there, capital R is there. So that is the dwarf round and the dwarf wrinkled. So ಎಲ್ಲದು recessive condition ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು. This is the dwarf wrinkled seed. So that is the 1. So the ratio is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So these are the types of plants obtained in the F2 generation. Okay. So thank you. Hello everyone. When Mendel crossed tall plants with yellow seeds with the short plants with the flat seeds, that is TTYY, express the types of plants obtained in the F2 generation with the help of checkerboard. Okay. So here also we have to write the F1 generation. Okay, we have to obtain the F1 generation plant, that is the parental plants have tall yellow seed and the here dwarf green seed, right? So dwarf flat seed producing plant. Okay, round yellow flat seed or the green seed. Then here TTYY, that is the parent, and this is the small t small y small y. The gametes produced here capital T capital Y, small t small y. Okay, then the F1 generation plants, they have capital T small t capital Y small y. Okay, so these are tall yellow seed producing plants. So when these F1 plants are crossed, capital T small t capital Y small y crossed with capital T small t capital Y small y. So these gametes are obtained. These 4 types of the gametes are obtained. Capital T capital Y, capital T small y, small t small capital Y, small t small y. So when these gametes are fused, so fuse these gametes and write the plants in the checkerboard. Okay, so ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ checkerboard ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬರಿತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. Add the gametes and write. So at the end, so in the genotype, capital T capital Y idre, so that is tall yellow. Small t idre, that is dwarf. Small y idre, both the y are small, then that is the flat seed. So or the green seed. Illi tall yellow nodi 9 plants ide. Tall green, that are 3 plants. Dwarf yellow 3 plants. Dwarf green 1 plant. Okay. So this is the ratio of the plants in the F2 generation. Thank you.